How's it going? Grant here with Tilt Industries, and we're back at the Elevate Your Ride series. All right, so today what we're going to talk about is a home workout that you can use with various items. We went over some items the other day, just a couple of items that you can use to get the most out of just working out of your home. It saves time, you don't have to go to a gym, and this is a very focused workout. So there are three things it's going to cover today. The first is endurance, the second is stability, and then the third, it goes along with stability, but it's increasing, that balance and bike control on the trail, right? Like we discussed the other day. So you have your muscle endurance to be able to just pedal for a long time, right? Let's say you're pedaling at a sustained climb. You want to keep that endurance up, but there's also the endurance to prevent your muscles from fatiguing, so you can stay strong on the downhill, okay? So the cool thing with this workout is it's going to encompass both of those. It's supersets. It's a bunch of supersets. Or there are 4 sets of supersets. And so what that is you're doing compound workouts and you're not taking a break in between those. So that increases your endurance, right? How much your muscles can fatigue. But the best part is that you're also, because of these workouts, you are using weight, whether it's body weight or you're using actual weight, you're going to be able to increase your muscle strength as well. So you're going to build some muscle mass, but then that endurance aspect, it's going to make sure it's highly focused for the trail. So stay tuned, and we're going to go through all of those things. Okay, so here are the lifts we're going to be covering today. We're going to be doing push-ups, pull-ups, planks, rows, single leg lunges, some glute workout with some booty bends, and then some some sitting squats. These are compound lifts. So all of those are going to be included in one set. We call it a superset because you're not taking breaks in between each of those. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, we've all been there where we got pumped to get a certain level of fitness, and we did this insane, long, strenuous workout, and after a week, 2 weeks, or 3 weeks, if you're really on top of it, you got burnt out, and then you went 6 months without working out. We've all been there. The idea is just to work up slowly. This workout is going to work you no matter what. So don't do too high of reps with each of these. Start lower. Start on the lower end. Instead of doing 30 push-ups, do 10 or 15, whatever. Just start small, because it's not helping you if you get burnt out quick. And we're going to show you today, we're going to set those reps at a low amount, and as you go and you do this workout, don't think, oh, those are too little, I'm just going to do more reps. Wait till you finish the full superset, because you're going to be pretty worn out from how much working out it is, because they are compound lifts. So let's get into the workout before we get too carried away. Okay, so we invited a local trail rider to come join us. Sam, come on in here. Thanks for joining us today.
Got it.
This is Sam Davis. He likes to ride and rip and has a blast doing it, and he's also got tons of strength. So he's going to walk us through how each of these lifts go, and we're going to really focus on form. You want to make sure you have the form right so that you stay healthy. Ready to get into it?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Okay, so we're going to start this off with doing some push-ups. That's the first lift in the workout, okay? But these are supersets. So look right here. Notice here on the camera, or on your screen, we have these 4 sets, okay? Each one of those is a superset. So you're going to do all 4 of those, and that equals 1 set of this workout, okay? Eventually we're going to get, and that takes about 20 to 25 minutes. Eventually we're going to get to where we're doing 3 sets. And remember, each set is these 4 supersets, okay? So if you notice here, each one of these is a different push-up. So we're going to start with the simplest push-up. So Sam, go ahead and put your hands right here. Okay, and get in the push-up position. See how he's straight. See how his body is straight. Now go ahead and go all the way down for us. See how he extends all the way down. He's dipping deep. That's really going to push his triceps and his chest. But this is almost like a plank. So he's flexed all through here. His glutes are tight. Okay, go ahead and push back up. Notice how he stayed straight. Do that again for us, Sam. Watch his body, how it stays straight like that, okay? So that's the first push-up with your hands in this position. This is the second position, or this is the 4th position you're going to do. Go ahead and do another push-up for us. See how his arms are wide? What this is going to do, you can come back up and notice he stays straight. It's going to work the outside of your chest really well, okay? Now we're going to move into the elevated push-up. Okay, so this is the elevated push-up. Notice the position his hands are in. They're close together. What this is going to work is this is going to work the top part of your chest, okay? Think of that, when you're riding a mountain bike, your arms are out in front of you, you're kind of bent over, and or leaning over, your chest is to your bars, right? You're working the top part of your chest. His feet are elevated. This is just a normal bucket you can grab from the grocery store. Go ahead and do a lift for us. Watch how he goes all the way down and then come back up. See how he's perfectly straight and notice how flexed his glutes are, right? So this is an awesome compound workout, getting every part of your body. Okay, Sam, go ahead and switch around. You can get your feet off. Put your hands on the bucket here, and you're gonna do a push-up with your feet out back, okay? So now you're gonna do a push-up with your hands close together. This is gonna work your tris, and this is gonna work the under part of your chest. You wanna make sure that you're encompassing everything. Go ahead and do a push-up for us. Same thing. Notice how low he's going. He's almost hitting his chest on the bucket. You wanna be going deep into those lifts. Do it again for us. And he keeps his body straight. Feel free to record yourself and see it. Make sure that you're in that right position. The second part to this workout is planks. So go ahead and do a normal front plank. So you're just gonna be on your elbows and see how straight his body is. You don't wanna have it bent hinge at your waist and lift your butt up. Yeah, you don't wanna be doing that. You wanna be doing it so you're flat. Go back to how you just were. See how his body's perfectly flat? Everything's flexed. You can feel his core is engaged. This is how you want to do a plank. So this is gonna be your first plank. Okay, now go ahead and roll onto your left arm. Do a side. Your second set of planks, so this is your second superset. You're gonna be in this position. Go ahead and get your hips all the way up. There you go. Now roll onto your right side. And you're gonna do this side, okay? See again, he's straight, his hips, lift them up a little bit more. His hips are lifted up, engaging his core. Okay, now go ahead and show us, lay on your back and show us the third one. These are called 6 inches. So you put your hands under your butt and you lift your heels so they're about 6 inches off the ground. This is gonna be the fourth ab workout in your fourth superset, okay? So he's just in that position and you're gonna hold this. And we've got the times right there listed for you, but you hold this for that long, okay? Now we're gonna go and move on to pull-ups and show you the different pull-ups we're gonna be working on. Third lift in the workout are your pull-ups. Come on in here, Sam. Sam's gonna show us pull-ups again. So pull-ups are beefy, pull-ups are tough. So you always start with the hardest one first, because then by your last superset, you're gonna be pretty beat in between. So go ahead and put your arms wide here, Sam. Okay, go ahead and do a pull-up for us. What he's doing is go ahead and pull up. He's flexing between his shoulder blades right now. Release, yep. He's flexing between his shoulder blades right here. His back's strong, he's pulling from here. Pull again, lift all the way up. His chin goes above the bar and he goes back down. Okay, you can stop that. So that's the first one. Your hands are gonna be out wide. Okay, the second one, go ahead and put your hands right here. Same thing, these are called your rhomboids. You wanna flex those. This one's the second hardest. You're gonna lift up, boom, okay, back down. Easy peasy. Notice his elbows aren't locking. They're not going completely straight, but they're close. You don't wanna lock all the way out. It's not good for your elbows, but you get close. Go ahead and do another one. And his chin goes above the bar, boom, and back down. Okay, now go ahead and put your hands right here. This is the third pull-up. Okay, go ahead and lift up, same thing. Chin above, okay, good on that one. Now flip your hands around and go the other way. These are the easiest ones, so you do these on the fourth set because it's a lot of your biceps. It's still your back, but it's a lot of your biceps, your chest, and pull up again. Pretty simple. Okay, boom, thank you, Sam. So here's the thing with the pull-ups. Even if you can't do them, let's say you're looking at this and you're thinking, I can't even do a single pull-up. We're gonna show you a quick trick, okay? This is just to get you to where you can do one. Let's say you wanna get to where on these supersets, you're at least doing 2 pull-ups. Again, you might be thinking, I can easily do 2. You're thinking, oh, I can do 7 or 8 in one go. Remember, you're doing 4 supersets and you're working a lot of your body. So you're gonna be worn out towards the end. You wanna set a number that you're hitting each time. So these numbers that we have in this workout, these are just arbitrary numbers, but make sure when you set yours, you can do it through the whole thing, okay? So now we're gonna show you that trick on how to get pull-up. Okay, we're gonna show you a trick. If you can't do any pull-ups or you can only do 1, you really wanna be getting to where you're doing 2, okay? So we're gonna use just a normal bucket, bench, chair, whatever that you have in your house to assist you in a pull-up so that you can at least get 2 in. Now you're only using this to barely help you get up. Sam, come on in. Okay, put your arms up. Okay, drop the top of your feet on the bucket. Hang down and drop the top of your feet on. Yep. And he's gonna cross his feet over like this, and then he rests both of them right there. Okay, go ahead and do a pull-up. He's pushing lightly. Just do a couple, rep 5 or 6. He's pushing lightly with his feet, and that's giving him lift. It takes a sec to get the hang of, but that is huge. Okay, you can go ahead and stop, Sam. Yeah, so if you use the bucket, you're gonna be, or whatever, you're gonna be able to increase those pull-ups so you can include them in your supersets because they are very important. Okay, the next lift in our series is the row. The row is working these muscles right between your back. So what that's going to help with is as you're going down the trail, think all your motion is you're controlling your bike and you really are pulling with your back and your glutes. Everything else is supporting that, but you're pulling, you're maneuvering, but your back is engaging everything. So that's why the pull-ups, that's why we flexed there, right? And the pull-ups work your arms. It's a lot of different muscles. The rows are super focused just on your rhomboids. It's not really it is working your biceps, but it's more of a very focused lift because those are so important. Okay, so watch Sam. He's gonna extend his arms, not all the way. He's gonna extend them, and then he's gonna pull back, right? And you go back as far as you can. But you want to be pinching these muscles between your shoulder blades. Even have somebody, if somebody's right there with you, go ahead and pull Sam. They can put their fingers right here behind your back and see, okay, is this, are his muscles flexing or is her muscles flexing? You can feel your rhomboids flex together. Do it a few more times, just rep it, okay? So you pull all the way back and make sure you get that full motion. You don't, notice how he's not racing, he's not going fast. It's nice and sustained. And then at the back, he does that. I didn't even say that, he's doing it automatically. He's pinching and he's holding for a second. Do another 3 or 4. So he goes in, sustained, holds for a second. So he's pinching those muscles, okay? Perfect, let's move on to the next workout. Okay, we're getting to the last few lifts in our superset. We've got 3 more, including this one. This one's gonna work your glutes, okay? So you just get one of these workout bands, you put it around your ankles like Sam has it here. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna move your leg back and to the side. That's really gonna get the side of your glute as well as the top and the side of your glute is where it's gonna work you. So that's where a lot of your strength is coming from. That's connecting your torso to your legs. You wanna make sure those are strong. So go ahead and start repping a few. Sam, show us how they're done. So notice how he very sustained, right? He's not shoving it back as hard as he can. He's not letting it just spring back into place. He's going nice and sustained, touching his foot at the end and lifting up. You don't wanna drag your foot. You wanna really work hard at getting that controlled motion, and you'll feel it in your glutes. Starting out, you'll do about 10 reps of these, right? With an easier resistant band or whatever you can handle, but you wanna be able to do about 10 to start out. So perfect, let's move on to our single leg lunges. Now we're gonna move on to the single leg lunges. These are huge. These work your hamstrings like crazy. They're also gonna get some of your glutes. They're also gonna get some of your thighs, your quads, and it does work on your core as well. So notice Sam, he's in this position. His back leg is in the 90 degree. Okay, go ahead and drop down and hold it once you're down, Sam. Notice how his knee is not passing his toe. That's very important. It puts a lot of strain on your knees if you're rocking forward. That's why you have that back bucket. So change what you need to change to make sure this is the position. I'll go back up. Okay, drop down again. Notice here, Sam's doing it naturally. Notice how he is hip hinging. See how his butt is sticking out? He's hinging at his waist to kick that butt out. Okay, go back up, Sam. We'll go down again, just do a few reps like that. That's called hip hinging. You want this to go into your butt. You want it to go into your hamstrings and then into your butt. So what you want to make sure is that you're kicking that butt out. You're going all the way down, getting this, your back leg is going up. You're just past 90, getting deep into your butt, deep into your hamstrings. So Sam's got perfect form there, and then you're gonna switch legs, Sam, and you're gonna work on the other side as well. So both legs, this is a killer workout. You know, if you're just beginning, maybe 2 or 3 each leg per superset. If you're seasoned, you'll know how many you can do. But yeah, you're just gonna rock that and go down a little bit lower You kind of want your waist in line with your knee. Go down again. So see how he's going deep. You almost want this knee to be touching the ground. So perfect. Okay, well, we have two more lifts, and then we'll be finished. So. Okay, so these are your seated squats. Sam's using 10-pound weights. You can use 20, 25s, whatever you think you're gonna need. Grab some and then go from there. You know, if you're really strong, you've worked legs a lot, maybe start with 20s. Yeah, it's whatever you think. Okay, so Sam, go ahead and do a few. You're gonna hold it up above your shoulders. See how he's got that? Notice when he goes, just keep repping it. When he goes down, he rocks back just a teeny bit and then comes back up. Okay, notice how he's hip hinging. His butt is sticking way out. You know, he's hinging at his hips to make sure his glutes are taking it. If you're not hinging your hips, it's your lower back. His legs are going about to a 90, maybe just below on this. That's perfect. And then his knees aren't crossing in front of his toes. Keep repping them, Sam. So perfect form, one fluid motion. You can do a negative squat for us, Sam, where you go down slow. So you can do it if you want to switch them up where you go down really slow and then you explode out like that, right? Depends on what you're looking for. It doesn't matter what variation you do. Just depends on what you want to do. This is really going to get that explosive aspect, and this is awesome. If you want to do the negative squats, crush it at those where you go down slow and you go up quick. Those are going to help immensely on the trail, but they take a ton of energy. So don't feel like you have to do that right now, right? Okay, so now we're going to move on to the the stability aspect, and that'll be our last lift in this superset. Okay, this is the last lift in your superset. This one you're going to start out at about 3 minutes each one of these. So you're going to do one of these at the end of each of your sets, and it's going to be about 3 minutes. You have to give and take. If you need to drop that down, really keep it above 2 minutes for sure. But if you can go more than 3, do that as well. Again, what this is doing, so all those other lifts, those are increasing your strength, your endurance. They're making it so you can, you have the strength going down the trail, but that's increasing your muscle mass, right? That's increasing your muscle size. What this does, because you're holding in a balanced position, we'll get to it in a sec, Sam's gonna show us, because you're holding in that balanced position, inside of your muscles are muscle fibers. But on this, as you're holding your bike, and you can use any device, whatever device you want, you can lean against something, whatever, have somebody hold your front wheel, it doesn't matter. But you wanna get to where you're going back, you're not using your brake and your chain's off, make sure your chain's off your bike so that you can move freely. But you're gonna go back and you're gonna lock in that balanced position. You're gonna hold it there as long as you can. At first, it's only gonna be a second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds if you're lucky, but over time, that's gonna increase. But what that's doing is that is increasing those muscle fibers, increasing your fast twitch muscles in the exact muscles, excuse me, in the exact muscles you are using on the trail. So like we said, go ahead and stand up, Sam, on the bike here. Don't worry about rocking back yet. On the trail, bend your knees like you were riding down the trail. On the trail, what's happening is your back is flexed. You're using muscles in your back, your glutes, your hamstrings, your calves. And so the whole time down the trail, you're using those to control, and you're kind of pulling back, right? Think of it, when you're going around a corner, you're maneuvering your bike, you're kind of pulling, right? So as you rock back and you lock it in there, increasing those muscle fibers makes it so your body reacts faster to changes in the terrain without you having to think about it, right? That's the purpose of balance training. Okay, so Sam, go ahead and do a few and show us what you want to do. So he's gonna rock back, and look, he's not holding for a long time. He's trying to, right? At first, you'll hold for a second or two. Every so often, you'll hold longer. Don't feel embarrassed when you're trying this. We have a number of professionals we work with. I think tops, one of them held for 4 seconds in the balanced position. So this is a very new concept to working out that's going to change the way you ride. You'll feel more comfortable and confident through everything because it's all just body weight, but you're trying to hold as long as you can. It's always an exhausting workout. So at the end of that superset, Sam would do this for roughly 3 minutes, and he'd do that 4 times, right? At the end of each one of those. So that's really where you want to be. You can also do this as a standalone. Let's say you want to do the workout routine Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then you want to do your balance training on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday or something. But if you're getting that balance training in, again, whatever you need, you just want to have the bike stationary. You don't want to be rolling at all. Otherwise, moving's keeping you up. You want to be stationary. Don't grab your brake. Notice how Sam's finger isn't even on the rear brake. There is no chain on the bike. That's so that there's no resistance. It's all your body holding all of that weight. And then you have the safety strap so you don't roll over backwards, right? You don't want to sit on that strap. So each of these lifts is going to help you increase your endurance, your strength, and your bike control. This is where the bike control comes in. Thanks for joining us today. We're going to sum up here in a second and then go over everything we discussed. Thanks for joining us for this video today. We know it was a longer one, but we wanted to give you that overview. So again, notice this workout here on your screen. You've got all 4 of these. Each one of those is a superset, and we broke down those. So you've got your push-up, you've got your planks, you've got your pull-ups, you've got each one of these, and each one of those numbers that we put, that's how many reps you're gonna do each one of those. Now, you can do more reps, you can do less reps, but make sure you're getting each of those workouts. And on the pull-ups, if you can't do them, use the booster, use something to help you, because these are all going to increase your capability for the trail in amazing ways. It really will. And so any questions, feel free to email us if something didn't make sense in this video. But remember, start slow. You're gonna start in the very beginning. You're gonna do 1 of these supersets and you're gonna be good. It's gonna take 20, 25 minutes. If you can do 2, do 2 supersets. If you can do 3, that's the goal, is you wanna get to where you're doing all 3 supersets. It would take about an hour and 10 minutes. That's the eventual goal. But in the beginning, don't worry about that. Start small and grow from there. But make sure you're getting each one of these components. And if you get your stability and balance training in by holding in that balanced position, as well as these lifts, you're gonna grow. And big thanks for Sam Davis joining us today. He freaking crushed it. And the goal is for us to be as fit as Sam, right? That's what we're hoping to hit. All right. Thanks for joining us, and tune into the next video for the Elevate Your Ride series.